When people were talking about like protect black women and things like that, it's like you haven't earned those men. Because protection means that I'm using myself as a human shield. What you talked about, you earned those men.
Oh, I know I did, baby, because I'm around.
When it was a case where there was quid pro quo, you scratch my back in these ways, I scratch your back in those ways. The ways that men scratch the proverbial back is protection and provision. What are the ways women scratch the back? It's peace. It's nutrition, right? And it's child rearing. How are those things going in our community?
My goodness. Chaos. They deep frying every damn thing they can find, and these kids don't know how to read, write, or do arithmetic.
They know how to dress, though.
Oh, well, and on that note.
Oh, my bad.
That is something to think about.
And I really like the caption here. Protection is a privilege and it's not a right. A lot of modern women think they have a right to a man's protection without giving anything. They think they have a right to a man providing without giving anything back. I think there was a woman that Desirable Truth interviewed just recently, and there's been other women that have said the same thing basically. But basically the gist is when a man asks, okay, if I'm going to give you protection and provision, then what I get in return? Oh, just being able to be a good person. You get to be somebody who withstands or holds up society. And that's really everything that you get, right? That's intellectually lazy. Well, it's just not a transaction. You should do it because I get and I understand doing things because that's who you are. But I think what men are finally asking after so many years is, okay, I've been holding up society. What am I getting in return? What do I get? I got to get paid. I got to take care of myself. I can't continue just for an infinity holding up and not getting anything. If I'm working out, I need to have something to replenish my muscles. I'm not getting any of that. What do I get? Well, I'm not going to make you a plate. I'm not going to make a man a plate until I'm married to him. I'm not going to give a man anything until I'm married to him. He doesn't get wifey duties until I get married to him. And men have to go along with that. But then even when they get married, you still don't want to do wifey duties. Well, I ain't doing that for no man. I ain't doing all of that. So when are you actually going to step up to the plate and do your job? Oh, wait, never. You were never going to do your job.
I love Mark.
Yeah, so loyal to his wife, by the way. Hard to do when you're a man with that kind of power and money. But he's so loyal to his wife.
But this is the thing, Barbara. You're a woman with power and money. Is it hard for you to be loyal to your husband?
Not at all, but I can't get a young guy. If I could, I wouldn't be loyal. It's a different game you play as a woman versus a man. If I was a man, I'd have young chicks all around me, yeah.
I found this scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
There's a huge disconnect happening between men and women right now, and I want to share something I've been realizing about why men seem to be getting better while most women are struggling more. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Men have all these platforms teaching them accountability and how to level up, but when I look at what we as women are consuming, it honestly made me realize something important. Men have podcasts like Fresh and Fit and Jocko podcast teaching discipline, Jordan Peterson teaching accountability, David Goggins teaching mental toughness, and there's so many more. They're consuming content that pushes them to build themselves up and take responsibility. But I started noticing what we as women are consuming. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Call Her Daddy, Girls Gotta Eat, Real Housewives, Love Island, and there's just so many more. And I realized this content is programming us to create more drama, feel more entitled, and expect things without bringing anything valuable ourselves. I see influencers like Sheer7, Miss Sprankle Sprankle, teaching manipulation tactics, and others like Ari Kitsia, if that's how you say it, promoting OnlyFans culture, teaching us that our value comes from our instead of building actual skills or character. So we have reality TV teaching us drama, podcasts teaching us entitlement, and influencers teaching us toxic behaviors. While men are learning discipline, accountability, and how to build real value. I think the reason men don't consume this toxic content is
I found this scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
there's a huge disconnect happening between men and women right now, and I want to share something I've been realizing about why men seem to be getting better while most women are struggling more. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Men have all these platforms teaching them accountability and how to level up, but when I look at what we as women are consuming, it honestly made me realize something important. Men have podcasts like Fresh and Fit and Jocko Podcast teaching discipline, Jordan Peterson teaching accountability, David Goggins teaching mental toughness, and there's so many more. They're consuming content that pushes them to build themselves up and take responsibility. But I started noticing what we as women are consuming. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Call Her Daddy, Girls Gotta Eat, Real Housewives, Love Island, and there's just so many more. And I realized this content is programming us to create more drama, feel more entitled, and expect things without bringing anything valuable ourselves. I see influencers like Sheer7, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle, teaching manipulation tactics, and others like Ari Kitsia, if that's how you say it, promoting OnlyFans culture, teaching us that our value comes from our instead of building actual skills or character. So we have reality TV teaching us drama, podcasts teaching us entitlement, and influencers teaching us toxic behavior.
As a man,
y'all already know if the statement starts out like that, we are on a Chinese bullet train straight to some viewer discretion's advised.
what a blessing it is for people to find you as a resource and decide to come to you and ask you for something because they feel like you are equipped to get it done.
See what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about? I told you we was on an express train to some, bro. Keep in mind, she didn't say your family. She didn't say your friends. She didn't say your loved ones. She said people. Translation, random women. And if she was talking about your family or your loved ones, this video would be null and void. It would be pointless because that goes without saying. Every real man knows he's a resource to his family, his friends, his kids, his wife, the people he cares about. Ma'am, if being a blessing is being a resource to people, no thank you. Because you, like I said, you didn't say my kids, you didn't say my wife, you didn't say my family, you didn't say my friends. You just said people. I don't want to be a resource to all people. And the one part she neglected to mention was, you know what typically happens to most resources? They become depleted and no one refuels them, especially those people that use them the most.
That's the mindset y'all need to have for 2026, men. How grateful is it that someone finds you and holds you in such high regard that they know that you are the person to get them out of whatever situation it is?
No, I don't want to get them out of that situation. I don't want to get anybody out of that situation. You know why? Because that's God's work. And I'm not interfering with what God has in place for them. Remove me from your high regard. Stop thinking of me so highly that you feel as if you need to come to me for shit that you don't have. No. Remove me from that place. I'm okay with just being a normal person in your life, if I'm even there. And no, we are not going to have this mindset in 2026 as men. We'll decline respectfully. Fellas, they're getting real surgical with the way they're delivering the messages. Now you got to read between the lines. Because if I didn't know any better, to the untrained eye, I'd be like, oh man, she's absolutely right. I should feel grateful. No, you should not. This is a feminine display of the Jedi mind trick. They want you to believe that you are important because other people are using you. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to feel some sense of honor because women are using you. Nah, we ain't doing that. But be careful out here, boy. The messages are getting more and more tricky. I am only dependable on the people that I choose to be dependable for. And if you can't accept that, that's your more problem. Yeah, keep the change.
And what did we just get through talking about? How men have to put themselves out there. How men have to be a resource for everybody. Oh, you should be so happy. This is a privilege. And when a man asks you, okay, so can I at least get something in return? I mean, you guys, y'all are not giving me anything of substance. Oh, you can have some socks. You can have a candy cane. Thank you. That's nice. But I need something of substance. At least give me something to eat. At least feed me. I mean, my God, is it so hard? You've been sitting in there doing nothing all day. At least make me a plate. My God, make some dinner. You don't even have to make dinner every day. Just make a little something. I can eat off of that for at least 2 or 3 days. At least. Why don't you start becoming a resource to somebody, knowing that somebody has been a resource to you? Why is that such a hard concept? They don't get it. They don't understand it because they don't want to do it. And unfortunately, once again, with the way these types of women are acting, we don't call them losers enough.
How would you cater to me
If you were my husband,
when I'm your husband?
every way possible, there wouldn't be a second I wouldn't cater to you.
I'd be fat as
You would be. You could wake up at 3 in the morning and ask me to make you food, and I will get out of bed and I will make you food. There is nothing I wouldn't do because you are my partner and I am the woman. I wouldn't ask you to clean. I wouldn't ask you to cook. I wouldn't ask you for anything domesticated because that is my part as a woman, me personally, how I believe before anyone starts sending.
Which would mean my part would be for you
To provide and protect.
I love
you
it.
provide, you look after the household, you make sure I'm safe always, you make sure the children are safe always, and I will make sure you don't have to worry about anything else.
3 a.m., you know.
I was being deadly serious in that clip because for me, as a woman, if I had a man that was providing and was protecting and was making everything a safe home, I feel safe around him. I haven't got the stress of bills. I haven't got the stress of anything else, and I get to have the luxury of like being at home. I'll get up at any time. You can have a steak. I'll rub your feet whilst you eat it at 3 a.m.
Like the idea is you're going to be able to lie in anyway, or he's
But this is the
he's up
thing.
at 5
I've
a.m.
not got to go to work, so I can nap in the day. So if he needs to be fed at 3 in the morning, I'm feeding him at 3 in the morning.
Relationship works in a cycle, right?
Yeah,
If you
of
can make
course.
sacrifices towards his peace, he can then continue to make the larger scale sacrifices. for
Exactly, and his sacrifices are bigger than my sacrifices. He's a man. He's got the worries of the finances. He's got the worries of making sure I'm good, the kids are good. He's got all of this on his plate, right? The most I can do is fill the home plate, you know? Like, I think that's a minor thing to do.
Well, the issue is in this society, women have come to a place to understand where they can literally have everything. They can have their cake and eat it.
Exactly.
So if you're going to put women in a situation where they don't have to do something, they're like, okay. And men have caved into that. Men have completely gone like, you don't want to do anything? I'll still provide for you. I'm that desperate that I'll buy into your...
Yeah.
So women are just sitting there like, I'm part of me doesn't blame women because they're just sitting there like, but if I don't have to do anything, I'm not gonna.
Real with me. An older woman with a younger guy is completely fine and cute, but an older guy with a younger girl is kind of gross.
Why?
Older men dating younger girls can be really creepy and it can get really weird really fast. He just wants to feel younger again and he wants to feel attractive again. But when older women do it, it's cute because it gives them that sense of freedom back, and women have this stigma of aging super poorly.
A lot of people date people who remind them of someone they used to be. I think both an older men and older women doing this, both of them want to feel younger.
I think that's true.
So then, why do you feel like it's different when a man wants to feel younger versus when a woman wants to feel younger?
Men are known to kind of be predators a little more.
My God, give me a break. This is why they say women versus accountability, because where is it? Nowhere. Oh, men are just naturally more predatory, really? Then how come there's all these female teachers up in schools diddling little kids? How come there's far more female teachers diddling little kids than male teachers? Why is that? We just talk about the irony in what she said here. Yeah, well, I find it predatory when older men date younger women, but she's getting her bag, so if that's what she has to do, so you think it's acceptable to trade money for being a victim. You're okay with a woman being a victim as long as she's getting something in return. No, give me a break. You're one of these delusional women that walk around this world thinking that women can do no wrong and men are just predators. And this opens up a space for culture against men, a society where nobody's holding women accountable. They're getting away with everything, all under the guise of equality and feminism. If an age gap happens, I have no problem with it, right? It's the people who intentionally seek younger people who are sitting there like, yeah, I'm 50, but I have to date a 20-year-old. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you're weird. Even though biologically for men, it makes more sense because men want children. So sometimes it takes men longer to get success, and the longer it takes for them to get success, there's a patch in there where they don't feel like they deserve a good woman because we tell society, we tell men that in order to get a good wife, in order to get a hot girl, you need to make a lot of money. So men will work their entire lives until they make 6 figures and then they're gonna date that younger girl. Why? Because he wants to have babies. If it's for any other reason, yeah, I think you're kind of weird. Why is Cher like 90 years old dating a 25-year-old? What are you doing? You guys are in 2 very different places in your life. But to sit here and suggest that when men do something, it's a problem, but when women do it, it's fine, is just irresponsible, it's hypocritical, and this is why they say 100 women versus accountability. Thank you.
Okay, you know what I always found as a weird comparison, right? A lot of times you will find single mothers always say, I would rather raise my baby or babies by myself than with somebody, than being a relationship or marriage. But here's the thing. You're comparing your situation to a toxic situation, right? It's not like you're comparing your situation to another healthy situation, right? So you would consider you raising your child by yourself, child or children, by yourself as a healthier dynamic, right? But yet you're comparing your healthier dynamic to a dynamic that's not healthy, right? When, let's be clear, even in a single parent situation, a 2-parent healthy household is always best, irregardless of whatever situation you like to feel is better. Case in point, it's always better to raise your children in a home where 2 parents respect each other, love each other, and know how to cooperate and work well together. Okay? So to sit here and feel like y'all are saying something when you're comparing your situation to another broken situation, right? Because an unhealthy relationship or marriage is not a relationship based on stability and is intact, right? There's definitely factors that come into place. But I just find it really, really weird that a lot of single mothers compare or justify their lifestyle, their family dynamic, based on toxic 2-parent relationships. I don't know, just something to think about.
And for some of these ladies, they don't understand that they're toxic as well. Well, I don't want to raise my child in a toxic environment. You're toxic too. That's just the way it is. You have some tendencies about you that a man has said to you, hey, you need to get this up out of you. You need to fix this. You need to change this. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. And when they do acknowledge it, oh, well, you know, God loves me flaws and all. I'm perfect for my son. God made me just the way I need to be. Instead of saying, you know what, I need to work on that. And I'm not talking about it could be any man. It could be a man. It don't have to be your baby daddy or your husband. It could be your dad, somebody you grew up with. It could be your brother, somebody that you grew up with, your cousin, childhood friend. That's a guy. They tell you, hey, we've been friends for a long. How long we been friends? We've been friends for a long time. And I'm telling you, that young man is going to need a man in his life to help him, to shape him, to mold him. You got some ways about you that you got to fix. I'm telling you right now, before you meet that special man. I'm telling you this because I love you, and we've been friends for a long time. You gotta be careful of how you talking to him, how you treating him, where you letting them go, how you letting them say things. Because he's going to grow up and he's going to do X, Y, and Z. He's laying out the path for you and you're not listening. Not listening at all. That's toxic behavior. That's toxic parenting. You not fixing your mistakes and your shortcomings, when people point them out to you, that's going to lead to toxic results. And you can't be perfect. Even as a parent, you can try to be perfect all you want. You're not going to do it. You're not going to reach it. But a lot of these modern women, they have an ego problem. And that's what sinks their ship. They think, oh, well, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So I'm going to just stay the exact same way that I am. Okay, if you want to, but that's going to get you in trouble down the road.
I'm going to share a story with you why I don't date women with children. And believe me, I wish I was creative enough to make up these stories, but I'm not. Unfortunately, this really happened to me. So I'm going on my 3rd date. I get invited over to her house and she wants to watch a movie and have some takeout. So I show up with takeout. She answers the door and she's bawling her eyes out, which was obviously very unexpected. And she begins to explain to me that her dog is super sick and her ex has her dog and she doesn't know what to do and he's going to die and all this. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's like, I have to go. Can you watch my kids? Now, in a normal situation, I probably would have just left, but I didn't know what to do. So I said, okay. I sat there for an hour and a half, played Legos with a 5 and 3-year-old until her friend showed up, and then I left. Welcome to my life, dating in 2025.
Wow, I did not expect that. You know, I thought it was going to be like the typical story where a woman goes out to dinner with a man and she demands that he like also pay for some to-go meals for her kids. Look, guys, I'm going to tell you, as a prior single mom, it is not the end of the world, huge red flag, purely out of her being a single mom. But I will die on the hill that it is a red flag for a single mom to introduce her kids to you super early on. Because that means that you are not the first one that she has introduced them to that early on, and you are not the last. She is essentially desensitized, especially for a woman to go as far as to just leave her kids with you. I mean, for single moms, for moms in general, her children are the most important things in her life, and she will be protective of that, even if her dog ends up dying before she gets there. So yeah, safe to say, this guy dodged a bullet.
Everybody's upset at Nicki Minaj for speaking at AmFest, and I've never been a Nicki fan by any means. But I do find it interesting that if Nicki went on that stage to shake her ass and sing a song for rights and welfare, that would make her a woman of the people. But she goes on stage and says, there's nothing wrong with being a man. I've been going to church lately, and I'm tired of the persecution of Christians around the world. And suddenly she's a detriment to civil rights. She's a race traitor. This is exactly why I say we can't keep blaming the CIA, y'all. This is just you people at this point. I had this old dude come up to me in a store today. This is a true story, I swear. I was in uniform and he goes, thank you for your service, but man, you know what's happening in DC? Oh my goodness. What's up with DJT? Oh my gosh, they got Nicki now. Don't she know that them people don't care about us? I just had to smile and wave because it's like they always say this as if the side that they're supporting has some monopoly on morals and empathy and compassion and care for the blacks. It's like they only care about y'all when you want to get rid of a fetus and twerk on stage at the DNC. And then y'all go bananas for it. No pun intended. Yeah, that's what we want. And then you teach your kids to accept it. Y'all are the CIA, pretending as if either side cares about you more than the other. It's just nonsense. What matters is your values. Who is going to support your values? If you're still thinking through the lens of Republican and Democrat in the year 2025, I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's just the outfit for me. If that was a first date for me, I would have to say no. But other than that, very handsome, clean cut, crisp.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I like braids. The style is just not working for me, but look good.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
And is she someone that you would approach if you saw out?
No, probably not.
And why not?
Just an initial attraction.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The outfit. I don't want to go into too much more, but it's all good. Yeah.
Okay. All righty.
Thank you.
No disrespect, though.
We'll keep it respectful here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. Your name and age?
Michaela, and I'm 35.
All right. And Michaela, why did you end up popping your balloon?
The initial attraction as well.
Okay. So what makes him not your type?
I don't like the hair and the outfit. When we're told to dress to impress, I feel like we don't match aesthetic-wise.
Okay. So, I mean, for you, this was dress to impress, right?
Yeah, I came cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't put a suit on or nothing, but you know. Yeah.
Okay. All right, got it. Now, is she someone that's your type?
She seemed like she's cool, but off the rip, probably not. Probably not somebody I go for.
Okay.
But she cool though.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we do have an unpopped balloon right here. Your name and age?
Hi, I'm Soraya Kane. I'm 31.
How you doing, Soraya?
It's Soraya. So why do you still have your balloon unpopped?
Well, I just wanted to hear what he had to say. I didn't want to come for you so hard, my man. I mean,
appreciate
trying
that.
to give you a chance.
Appreciate that.
I understand, but
So is he someone that's your type?
Okay.
And see, here's the thing. It's not about just look at you and be like, no.
Okay.
Because I've experienced people that evolve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you grow into things, you know, and that's a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why I'm just at least trying to hear where your mind is at.
Okay.
Correct.
And if it speaks the volumes of the appearance, then it's like, that's not going to change, right?
Right.
And he doesn't have any desire to change or evolve from that. So that's why I was trying to just at least hear you out, you know? Yeah, I mean, people change their hair all the time. You change your clothes every day.
Right.
So
Before we get into questions, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, and I like her mindset too. She's a pretty cool person.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I've been working on it.
Glad to see it. So do you guys have any questions for one another then?
I guess I ain't her type though. She said, right?
I think a lot of women for this. He's you can see his hair is he got a haircut. Everything is clean. Everything is clean. So to him, that's a good fit. He would go out on a date like that. So all of the women that you see here, I'm just looking, none of them are really, with the way that they're dressed, matching with him. I don't see anybody. But he's dressed clean. What he probably needs is a woman that will, and I'm not saying that she should, but a woman that will, you know, kind of throw on like one of those jersey dresses and some, I don't know, some Air Force Ones, low top. I mean, well, you could do high top actually, low top Air Force Ones. Have, you know, basically the same hairstyle, braids like him, except longer. I'm seeing a woman, basically this woman right here that you see in the middle of the screen, kind of braids like her, but a little bit more, they call them blonde, but like a golden color, kind of like that. That woman, with the way that she looked like she might be a good fit for him if she changed her outfit, basically. So a lot of these women who come on this show, they're looking for a certain type of man. 6 foot tall, 6 figures, 6 inches, 6-pack, yada. You get all of that, right? And if he's not 6 feet, if he doesn't have 6 figures, they're looking for something similar to that. They want to get in range of that. They're not really looking for a guy like that, right? So if you're going to come on this show, this is your clientele, basically. This is your market that you're dressing for. So maybe not a suit, but for him, if he had like a fade, basically, he had a fade. He could have kept the jeans, but if he, I'd put on like a little slacks. I'd have put on some black slacks, and then, you know, some nice, what we call church shoes, dress shoes, and then like a little polo, like a little short sleeve polo, if you want to do that. Not nothing that, once again, you would go to church, but, you know, like a golf polo. That's probably what you would put on there. It's nice, and they would say, "Oh man, he can dress nice," and then he would have fit their vibe, and they would have probably had more of a conversation with him. But yeah, it just looks like they come from 2 different worlds. So that's probably why he's getting rejected. He's a very nice guy.
You think you know how to pick me up?
For sure, I can pick you up.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, nice and light too.
Doing, bro? I told you, bro. No, what the fuck out, bro? Bro, you're always back to Houston, bitch. No, bro, no, get your bro. Nah, please find your own way back, man. Don't worry about it.
I guess my question would be, what are you even doing there? Why are you there? Why would you think that anything else would come out of this other than what just happened? He's there looking for an opportunity, and she found it. Well, she's had this mindset for a while.
That's cultural enrichment. You know, this kid's gonna grow up to maybe be a professional football player, which is very important. That white men can sit on the couch and watch. We need more black men playing football, and we need more white men watching sports and cheering for their team. Don't worry about the replacement. Don't worry about the fact the country's unaffordable. Worry about how your sports team is doing.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that matters. As society collapses and these people
such a small proportion of the population can do so much damage. You gotta give them credit for that.
Now, once again, like I said, I agree that this is ratchet behavior. They shouldn't be doing this. This is weird. This is weird. I don't even know if there's a law against this. I gotta believe that this is somebody need to call CPS. But also at the same time, while I do agree that she shouldn't be acting like this, both of them are talking reckless. And then they're gonna wonder why this next portion happened.
Orders are racist. You invited him to your fucking club. You gave him a ticket to the fucking club. Whoa. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
When it comes to,
you gotta be careful, Doc. You have to be careful. Stuff that you say, you talk reckless. That could be what happens to you. So like I said before, I've agreed with some of his takes and some of the things that he said. But you got to figure out a way to be a little bit more balanced. You might be extreme in some of your views, but it comes to a point to where now you're just talking crazy for the sake of talking crazy.
This wife says her number one piece of advice for single women is to not marry a bum. Look what her husband does after working night shift.
Don't marry a bum. Don't marry a bum. And let me just, this morning I've had a really hard morning. It's only 7:57 a.m. and my kids have just been crying and they're really upset and I felt really overwhelmed and like I was about to start hyperventilating, which I don't even do. And I was just super overwhelmed. Husband walks in the door off a night shift, okay? Off a night shift. It is 7:57 in the morning. He left our house at 5, okay? And he got inside, saw what was going on, saw that I was upset, that I was not doing well. And instead of being like, love you guys, give me a kiss and going upstairs to sleeping, which he has the right to do. He has worked all night. No, instead he says, okay guys, let's go for a walk. And now we are currently walking to a breakfast place to go eat some breakfast, to help everybody reset, and then we'll go home and he'll go to bed. But that kind of stuff is just like, makes me want to cry because he's been working all night long, but he can see that I'm not doing well and that our kids aren't doing well, that everyone is kind of in a emotional state this morning, and instead of going to sleep, he's helping everyone regulate before going to sleep. And that is just so, just don't marry a bum, okay? Don't do it, because there are good men out there and they work really hard for their families, and yeah.
What I see is a man who absolutely loves being a husband and a father. He loves it. The longer the story went on, the more relief I had.
Hey, so if you never want to depend on a man, then please don't get married, baby girl, because that's literally what marriage is. And I'm not talking about financially dependent. I know everybody's brain goes there and they're like, oh, you're saying women shouldn't work. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that the whole point of marriage is that you're interdependent on each other. I very much depend on my husband for provision and protection, and he very much depends on me for encouragement, nurturing, and respect. Once you get it into your head that we were not meant to be alone in this life, that we were meant for partnership, life will become so much easier for you. You won't resent men. You won't live in this, oh, I need to always be independent from a man mindset, and you'll actually value partnership. I could not do half of what I do without my husband. He not only protects me physically, but he protects my mind. My husband says this all the time, but if two heads are the same, then there's not a reason for the other one. And obviously, women and men are extremely different. The feminine and masculine are here for a reason to complement each other. So stop seeing your relationship as competition and see it as collaboration instead.
Men nowadays, they don't want girlfriends.
The men you want don't want girlfriends. The ones that get super up and successful, no point for them to settle down a little bit unless they're oral or religious, because they have so much optionality.
I agree.
You wait to the end when they already made it. Why the hell would they struggle all this time to not express and enjoy the reward of optionality with women? You know what I'm saying? You gotta use some discernment, see if this guy can have potential to be something in the future, and then lock him down. So you gotta find somebody.
Are you an open man, or are you?
I'm a loyal nigga. What's up? You need some? Oh, okay. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good here?
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. You be choosing, you be choosing.
Hard that you respected it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I was like, me, never.
Look.
No, baby. No.
What's your name? What's your name?
Emma, what's your name?
King. Oh, let me
Vad tänker du? Hella man.
let me put that in there. Right quick.
Very man.
Who gonna make you mad?
I don't know. Wait, is next? Slow.
You better be worth making people mad as fuck.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night, bro. All right. All right, bro.
Ciao.
All right. That's an OD clip.
That's too funny.
Now let that anger fuel you to leave her in the dust. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to see, man. And I understand being upset, but if she's going to do that right in front of you, let her go. She's doing you a favor, man. Let her go.
And it's always the women who had about 5 that try to judge single moms. Why did you have babies without getting married? You're a single mom too. Your kids are just ghosts.
You know what I don't see on the internet a lot? Single dads arguing with single dads. It's like both of y'all trying to compare which failure is better. Y'all both failed. You know why single moms get a bad rep? It's because they have every opportunity. There's 33 different contraceptives out there to prevent you from getting pregnant. 34 if you count being abstinent. But a lot of these out here choose not to do it. This conversation is like a broke arguing with another broke about who's more broke. I'd rather a woman marry before she carries so she keeps the unity together in the family. And I'd rather a woman get him if she doesn't plan on taking care of the child. And I'd rather a woman give the baby up for adoption before killing it. You know what all women have to do now if you're a single mom? Take care of your child and don't repeat the same mistake.
I get a lot of attention. How would you handle that if I was getting a lot of attention when we were at, like, are you confrontational? Would you protect me?
Why would I have to handle the attention you're getting if you're getting the attention? You know what is bringing the attention, so you're going to get the same attention even when I'm not with you, and I'm supposed to handle that as well?
Mm-hmm. You're supposed
Make
to
that
protect
make
me.
sense. I can't protect you when I'm not with you.
Yeah, but when you are with me,
But are you going to be doing the same things that are
just get
attracting
attention.
the attention when you're with me as when you're not?
I just get attention.
So the fact you're asking me to protect you and I don't know you yet, and you're saying you get a lot of an attention that you need protection from, that means you need protection when I'm not with you and right now already, and you haven't found a way to supplement that, so I can't step into that safely.
No, I just want, like, a man that's strong.
I'm not dealing with confrontation with people who give you attention.
Oh, well.
Okay. That was all right. Now is why'd you break your heart?
He seems kind of insecure, to be honest. Yeah. Like, if you can't handle someone's getting attention. Also,
You can't handle it, so why should I?
I can totally handle it.
But you need protection
I just
from
want a
it.
strong man that can protect me. It turns me
I'll
on.
leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not too the biggest of deals. Now
I just get attention. I don't know why. I just get attention with her right out like that. You know very well why you get the kind of attention that you get, but you don't want to take responsibility for that. Instead, you're looking for a man who will save you from this trap of addiction to attention that you clearly want and that you are eliciting from the way that you dress. But because the man is not ready to engage in that, he's now the insecure person. How does that make sense? Sometimes women can be very delusional. A woman will post thirst traps, post herself in bikinis, post her bum, post her thighs, and she's like, I don't know why men are always DMing me. I don't know why men are always saying this to me. I don't know why men are always... You're literally half naked on the internet, but you claim that you don't know why you get that kind of attention. Wow.
I think the reason why I get a lot of hate from women is because I support men. It's not necessarily because I say anything negative about women, because I rarely do. I just tell women to treat men well and to treat men with respect and to actually stop being entitled and understand that men deserve love and appreciation too. And for some reason, that makes me a woman hater. It doesn't make any sense. Unfortunately, that's how a lot of women feel. And in reality, obviously, I don't hate women because I'm a woman, but women don't understand that men deserve validation, men deserve love, and men deserve respect. It's like the bare minimum. And if you can't give your man that, and you're gonna get mad at me for pointing that out, you might be the problem.
It is 2025 and there are still black women in this world that exist that literally walk outside with their kids looking like who did and what the for, while this looking like the next walking lick. Why the do you have a 40-inch bust down that's freshly installed and your daughter hair ain't done or your son got on some dusty ass clothes? You suck as mothers. You suck at life. You just suck at everything. Because what the f is wrong with y'all? Y'all be having kids with these, want to blame them for everything, but what the f are you doing? What are you doing as the parent? Letting your kids walk out here with snotty noses to crust the up, like, what the f are y'all doing? And I'm talking to my generation because these are the new parents. Like, what the f are y'all doing? Like, I'm literally that type of person that I don't give a if you got kids. I swear to God, when I have kids, my kids will not be around none of y'all kids. I'm not finna teach my children none of that. I'm homeschooling my kids at this point because what the f are y'all doing in the world? Just putting on child support to fund their life, not their children's. These don't give a f about their kids. You get food stamps every month to sell them for some money so you can go do what the f you want to do. Get a grip. The fact that y'all out here talking all this about decentering men and you don't need a man for nothing and you don't need validation from men and the world will be a better place without men. These men need to take their kids from you immediately. I'm sorry, and I'm going to keep saying this. Start putting these in jail. Stop protecting these. Y'all always protecting people who will never put themselves in position to defend or protect you. Them bitches wouldn't even piss on you if you was on fire to put it out. And that's why I get so mad. That's why my content is my content. And yes, it seems like I can't stand black women. I just can't stand that black women be doing. It's not that I hate y'all. I hate the shit y'all be doing. And then y'all refuse to take accountability for and want to blame the man. No, you. Like, let's be for real. If we take all these situations that you've been through, all these experiences you've been through, everything that happened to you, the common denominator really be you. Just like some of these be doing that to themselves. Like, I'm really getting tired. Y'all are really pissing me off. Like, this has got to stop.
So a guy who doesn't go down on you, is that a deal breaker?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a red flag for sure.
Red flag, okay.
It is absolutely a red flag. Are you kidding me? If a man doesn't like to eat, that to me, first thing I think is like he's probably gay. He's probably secretly gay. Yeah.
Not attracted to If you expect me to go down on you, you better be willing to return the favor.
I disagree.
Why would you expect something of me that you wouldn't be willing to do?
Do you think the standard would be if a woman was desirous of having receptive anal, do you think she should be like, well, you should be, as the man, you should be willing to let me you? I don't think that's
how I feel a little bit.
Okay, well, I guess you're into
to
then. But.
Well, no, here's the thing. It's like, if I'm going to be doing something like that's vulnerable, I would like you to at least try it first. I mean, men have a G-spot up there. We don't. So if you want to my ass, bend over, baby.
I'm going to call the police on you. Looking so good today.
I'm
looking so good today. Really?
I'm 65 years old. Oh, I got to give you a hug.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm having the worst.
Yeah, you look amazing today.
Thank you. I've had the worst last 2 years of my life. I needed something.
Well, I hope everything gets better.
Well,
you're a fighter.
God love you. Oh, I don't know your name. But
Gavin, what's your name?
My name is Ellen.
Ellen, nice to meet you.
God just sent me something out here because I'm just walking around like, oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good rest of your day.
Sweetheart, thank you.
Yeah.
To everyone who is dating right now in the same pissy dating pool as I am, everyone says the worst thing that they could do is say no. And I want you to know that that is not true. I went on a date today. We went to the country club he belongs to because I'm trying to learn how to golf. We had a beautiful day. And at the end of the day, I thought I'd ask him, when's the next time we're going to see each other? Hopefully next week. And he says to me, my friend actually owns a matchmaking service, and I think you'd be a really great candidate. So no, the worst thing that they can do is actually to pimp you out.
Do y'all see the man crashing out because his wife wants to go on a girls trip with her single friend?
I beg your pardon?
And he just don't understand why his wife would want to go on a girls trip with single women. Controlling much?
What?
A married woman can't go on a girls trip with her single friends that she knew before she got married.
Well, with a statement like that, I think we can all assess that she's not married. Probably never will be.
I like this one.
When Kamala Harris came to HBCUs, her messaging was very specific. If you don't get it, you won't be successful. And then her being a woman who had never birthed a child, she's the perfect model to go around and say, no kids equals success. One of the issues that a lot of women battle with when they're making that decision as to whether or not they're going to go through with becoming a mother. is people unfortunately think that kids equal a burden, kids equal a hindrance. Baby, I'm living breathing proof that a baby don't stop nothing. If anything, the baby opened way more doors for me than I can imagine, because people don't tell her no. All right, you might think you want to tell me no, but you ain't gonna tell my baby no. My baby at 4 years old had the president of the United States and the vice president grabbing her Cheetos from backstage because she was pissed that they shut down the concessions. So she goes back there, we're back there to take our pictures. She just, and then JD, cousin Jadarius is like, yo, what's wrong? And then she goes, I want my Cheetos. And then Trump goes, Cheetos? And then JD goes, I think we can do that. And then he runs backstage behind some curtains. You hear some shuffling. Comes back out, he got Cheetos for the baby. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, if they wouldn't have did that for me, I wouldn't have never thought to ask them for Cheetos. So it's just like, I just feel for the women who feel like they can't do it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many avenues in which you can do it.
I don't think, for both left and right, I don't think some of these people actually believe some of the stuff that they're saying, right? Not to the degree that they're pushing it, but ahead of time, they probably received a rundown of the things that need to be talked about, hot button issues in that area, whether people have gone in and done the research, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And so they say, this is what we're going to talk about, and we're going to stick to the script because that's what people in this area have said that they wanted. Unfortunately, when you go to these places and you hammer down on these issues, it's probably going to be recorded, live streamed, put out there where everybody can see. So while you're talking to the people that are right there in front of you, you're actually talking to the world. It could be that, say you fill up a stadium of 20,000. Unfortunately, America is much more than 20,000 people. So pretty much all of America is going to hear you. And they're going to be like, ooh, I ain't down with that. And you might have gained 20,000, but how many more people, hundreds of thousands of people have you lost because of this stuff that you quite frankly might believe in a little bit, but not fully all the way there?
No, I absolutely love this comment. This is the type of stuff that I teach my children, especially my daughter. It's about having standards. This young lady wrote this comment in my comment section referring to my previous video, how entertaining or dating pookies can come with deadly or dire consequences. Y'all old enough to know that by now. This young lady wrote, unfortunately, yes, I do discriminate. Oh, trust me, I do too. No tattoos on your face and neck. No Jordans, no weed smoker, no illiteracy, no skinny ripped jeans, black only if college educated. And one of them wrote in the comments, no pants hanging off your booty as well. This is what I call setting a realistic standard, especially when you're a full-grown adult. I get some of y'all are young, 18, 19, 20, 23. Some of y'all way into y'all 30s, over 30 years old, still entertaining the same type of drama. This is why a lot of men are chameleons. They're trying to fit into the narrative to get attractive women. Majority of the men that you see on the streets that appear to be hood are not even hood. How are you hood? You never grew up poor. How are you hood? Never lived in the projects. Some of these dudes are spoiled, raised by two-parent households. They're trying to fit into a narrative because a lot of women find that attractive, so they're being fake to fit an image. I respect anybody who has standards for themselves. But leave your comment in the comment section. But y'all grown and do what y'all want to do.
Okay, y'all, so nobody really says this, but y'all need to get the taste of those dudes who be in the club every weekend, popping bottles, standing on sections. Get the taste of those men out of your mouth, all right? If you want some stability. You need to go for the men who's behind the computer, honey. Them dudes that be behind the computer, those be the ones actually making money. Those be the ones who actually be having like discipline and like stability. Like, okay, if you want somebody just for the moment, somebody just to talk to, or probably who gonna trick on you, okay, cool. Get them out the club. But if you're looking for a family man, a man that's gonna provide some type of security, stability, or have a higher chance of something serious, the ones behind the computer. The ones behind the computer, they be up jogging, they be up running, working out at 4 a.m., 6 a.m. Baby, come on. We gotta make this make sense.
Well, you're honestly looking for, and I see where she's going, but you're looking for a man that has a set pattern and a set way of doing things. He's methodical. And the pattern is one of integrity. The behaviors are behaviors of integrity. The man is not going to be perfect, but you notice in his life, oh, he does this, oh, he does that, oh, he goes here, he goes there. So it's just a pattern of doing the right thing over and over again, being in the right places around the right people over and over again. And so you say at that point in time, well, it's safe to say if I'm with him, then I'm going to be in those places around those people and something good is going to happen. A lot of times modern women, they'll look at the patterns of a man and say, okay, he's bad in pretty much 7, 8, 9, 10 areas of his life out of, 15, 20. Majority of the areas he's going to bad places. He's hanging around bad people or questionable people. He's doing bad or questionable things. And then when they get with him and the man gives them the good stuff in the front, but then also the questionable behavior starts to come out later on, they're talking about he flipped. No, he didn't flip. He's always had that stuff, but you thought you could handle it when majority of it was bad. You just really, really liked the good stuff. He really, really hyped himself up and sold himself as these are the good 4 or 5 things that I do. Instead of saying, yeah, you do 4 or 5 things pretty well, but the majority of the things that you have here, the other 9, 10 things that you do, you don't do well at all. And 3 of these things are very critical things that you have to be doing right. So he looked good, but it's going to be a no for me.
Why? Look at what this generation is doing to young women. And what's crazy is that if you call this out, if you say, hey, baby, I used to be a part of this industry and this is how it's bad, women will look at you like you are a traitor. You are not a girl's girl. Hey, you can't tell girls that it's not okay to exploit themselves, or you're not a girl's girl. Hey, you shouldn't tell women that they should have bigger dreams and bigger aspirations than selling their buttholes for less than a Happy Meal. You're not a girl's girl. You can't say that, you little misogynist. That's the attitude that you guys have. Excuse you and excuse me, but let me hold your clit very gently when I say this to you, okay? We should not be teaching our little girls to aspire to exploit themselves to men. No? It's only smash the patriarchy until the patriarchy is paying for your butthole. Okay.
215 millimeters going across right here. Okay? 55. That 55 is the height, right? From here to here. And it's 55% of the 215. Okay? R. If you had to guess, I know you can do it. What you think that R stands for?
Rim.
Rim?
The rim size.
The R stands for radio. What do you think radio means? Do you know what radio means?
The thing that plays music in my car?
No, not radio. Radial. RADIAL. Radio, yeah. That R just stands for radio. And then that 18, you said...
18 inches.
Huh?
It's 18 inches.
There you go, yeah. See? What's 18 inches?
My rim.
So, here. Measure your rim size. You can go from, yeah. What you got?
18.
18. That's what your 18 stand for. So if we had to run it back,
I can't get a tire that says R20.
no,
It won't fit.
No, because this is an 18-inch rim, right? So if you had to run all that back to me, right? Just 3 sets of numbers. Run it back to me. What it mean?
215.
215 is
the tire length from here to here.
not length.
Width.
Width. Right?
Here to here.
55.
From here to here.
From here to here, right? And 55 is
The length.
right. We understand that's that, right? It's the height, not the length.
Height, yeah.
The height. But 55 is what? It's 55%
Of the 215.
of the 215.
Okay.
Right? R
18-inch rim.
R
Radial.
radial, right? 18.
18 inches.
Right. So if you was to call again and that man say, what size is your tire? You would say
215, 55, 18.
there you go. It's that
Easy.
simple. That's real easy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Anytime you're looking for your tire, that's what you need right there.
Now, I want you to take note of how he looks. Don't look conventional. He don't wear a suit. And I want you to contrast it with what we saw earlier on in the video. This man. So that man that we just saw is married. You go to his Instagram. His name is Reaction. React, S-H-O-N, Reaction. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. He can dress up in a suit. He can clean up. Right now he's in the lab doing his thing, right? We don't know, and I understand it, but we don't know if this man just came out with a different vibe, right? Y'all are looking for a family man. And once again, like I said, you're entitled to whatever you want, whoever you want, however you want him. But that man's married. That man is taking care of his family. That man is teaching his wife how to change a tire and so many other things. He's pouring into his woman. What's to say this man might not be, or he might be what you're looking for. This man might actually be a diamond in the rough.